Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. Caleb, can you grab me that right there? That book. Perfect. And we are on week 47, day 2 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can find at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. If you love positive affirmations and you love music therapy, if you love essential oils and aromatherapy, you're gonna love this book. It is simple in its format, but profound in the changes it can help us make in our lives. The affirmation that we are concentrating on the entire week is, I am the only one thinking my thoughts, and I have the power with God to heal all past wounds. So I wanted to talk about that. I'm the only one thinking my thoughts. Well, as I was thinking about that today, I was like, I might be the only one thinking my thoughts, but I'm definitely not the only one inspiring my thoughts. I think that, do you ever get those promptings of something to do? I don't think those promptings come from ourselves. I think they actually come from God. Especially any time that it's, hey, go do something good, go do something nice, go do something kind, go do something useful or helpful or whatever. I think that God inspires all of our good thoughts. I remember. And so when we get inspired to do something, when we have that thought, hey, I think I should be doing that, we should probably, I feel like we'll be happier if we pay attention to those thoughts and do them. Here's an example of me not listening to one of those thoughts. So I was at home, it was kind of late in the evening, and just kicking back, doing my own thing. Now, I'm a butterfly. If you follow Clutterbug, you'll know what I mean when I say I'm a butterfly. I like doing a project and then going to the next project, and I like having several projects going out on at once. I like seeing them. I even like seeing what I've done, like if I read to the children. I like the books being the reminder, which can make a very cluttered house. It's not something that I think is a good quality in myself. I'm just going to share that quality with you. And that's kind of how I roll. I like seeing what I've done. I like seeing the games that I've bought my children that we played together. And so it's hard for me to put anything away because I'm like, I'm just going to be getting back to that in just a minute. I'll just leave it out. Just getting back to that in just a minute, leave it out. So knowing that about myself, this is what happened one night. So I'm there, and I think everyone else is gone, maybe on a camp out or something like that. And I think to myself, oh, I should clean the house, like the front room at least. And I'm like, no, everyone's gone. I'm gonna do my own thing. Maybe I was journaling or doing family history work. I don't even remember now. It was actually a couple years ago. Anyway, and I got that prompting again. You know what? I should just really clean the front room. I'm like, no. And okay, so then a little bit later, someone knocks on the door to drop off treats to our family, and I'm like, if I would have just cleaned the front room, if I would have just listened to the inner prompting. So there's my advice for myself and all of us is, when we hear those inner promptings of, hey, I should probably do whatever it is, that's good, that's kind, that's uplifting, that makes our environment better, if we listen to them, I just think we are going to be in a happier place. Now, what would have happened if the inner voice in me, or that inspiration, basically said, hey, I should clean my house, I should clean my front room, and no one came to the door, nothing happened, and I'm just like, I still would have enjoyed a cleaner house, a cleaner front room, right? So, whatever, I feel like we get inner promptings each day. And it's good to realize when we feel like we get the most inspiration. I know when it is for me typically, and that is in the morning just as I'm waking up from sleep. I feel I start having these thoughts about different things in my life, and I'm like, I think you should try this. Or maybe even, Suzanne, I think you should change this way. And I'm starting to write them down in my phone, just on that memo thing, so I can go back and I'm just calling it, you can't really title the memos, at least I don't know how, but I'm starting to write my memos down, my inspirational thoughts. I'm starting to write my inspirational thoughts down in the memo section of my phone so I can check them on a daily basis. Am I doing what I've been inspired to do? Anyway, I think that, like, if I was a parent and I was telling one of my children, hey, I think you should do this. I think that might be helpful in your life. And they wrote it down and they did it. Oh my gracious. I would be like, oh, wow, let me give you a little bit more. And I feel like that is what God does for us. When we take his inspiration and we write it down and we review it and we try to do it, I feel like he's like, wow, let me give that person a little bit more inspiration. So while we might be the only ones thinking our own thoughts, I don't think that we're the only ones inspiring them. Now also, can we have that negative self-talk in our head? Yes. And I'm not sure that all comes from us. I think it just might come from the adversary, just hitting us with negative things in our life, in our mind. And so we need to, as we're listening to the inspiration, we also want to be stopping and shutting off that negative self-talk, the sabotaging, destructive talk. I was listening to something the other day, and they were saying, would you be your friend if anyone else talked to you the way you talked to you? Would you be their friend? And my guess is no, because sometimes my self-talk says, well, we don't need to go into all of that, but it says some really mean things to me, and I need to consciously shut that down and actually think to myself, no, the opposite. If you're telling me this, I'm going to guess it's the opposite, and I should do the opposite. Anyway, okay, so yes, we are the only one thinking our thoughts. It's not like our husbands can read our thoughts, or our wives, or our children. They can't read our thoughts. We talked about that yesterday, telling people what we actually want and what we need and what we feel. But I don't think we're the only one inspiring our thoughts. And so let's give a little bit of maybe thought journaling. How can I better hear the inspiration, and how can I better shut down that negative thought, self-talk? Write in your journal what's worked for you in the past. Anyway. Okay, the affirmation for today is, if something occurs to me, it might be good for me to listen. And I think that I kind of talked about that before. I was listening to a general conference talk, and I was trying to find it, but there have been general conference talks for hundreds of years now, and so I couldn't find the exact one that I'm looking for. Hope I find it in the next little while. If I do, I will put it on in the comments for this clip. But anyway, what it basically said is, God often prompts a first time, and then a second time, and then a third time, but he very rarely prompts a fourth time. So maybe we can spend some time today journaling about, how do we hear the voice of God? Again, I feel like I hear it in the morning right as I'm waking up, and sometimes throughout my day too. But what can we do to improve our relationship with God? What can we do to better hear his voice? Maybe it's listening to talks of your religion. Maybe it's listening to music that goes along with your religion or is uplifting. I think classical music is very uplifting, inspired music. Maybe it's just shutting off everything and having some peace and quiet and praying or meditating, just having some quiet times where we don't have all the distractions from the TV, the computer, our phones, our children, our family, our work, and just setting some time aside each day to connect with God. I'd say if it was me, I'd probably say, yes, you can do that at night, but try to have some of that time in the morning too. Just because the scriptures say that those who seek the Lord early will find them. I don't know that that just means early in our life when it comes to years. Maybe that means early in the day. Those that make that connection early in the day with God may find God more throughout their day and may be inspired more throughout the day as we're putting God first in our lives. Okay, so just listening, the affirmation again for today is, if something occurs to me, it may be good for me to listen. Okay, the affirmation, the song, the music therapy song for the entire week is Let It Go by Idina Menzel. It's from Disney's Frozen. I actually love Frozen 2 better than Frozen 1, but I love the concept of just letting things go that weigh us down, that don't help us in our purpose in life, and I guess, yeah, that weigh us down and don't help us in our purpose in life. The diffuser blend for the entire week is 2 drops of geranium, the oil of love and trust, a beautiful oil. I call it the little sister to rose. And then 2 to 3 drops of grapefruit essential oil, which is the oil of honoring the body. Now, yesterday we talked about the emotional and physical benefits of geranium essential oil. Today, we are going to be hitting some of the top emotional and physical benefits of grapefruit essential oil. So the first thing you need to know about grapefruit is that it has the fruit has a tart, zingy taste. It was first cultivated in the West Indies in the 18th century. And now the United States of America is a top producer of grapefruit essential oil. Grapefruit essential oil has energizing and cleansing properties. The oil is actually more sweet than the fruit. So if you don't like the fruit, no worries. Don't prejudge the oil. You may fall in love with the oil, either diffusing it, putting it on, or actually putting it in your water. So I told you could put it in your water. Let me just go on my disclaimer on that. And that is that not every essential oil, every brand of essential oils is made the same. They're not all the same quality. Like, intuition just tells us that. And so the only brand that I would trust to ingest, use internally, is doTERRA essential oils. And here is why. It's because they third-party test every single batch of essential oils. They put the batch number on the bottom of your bottle, and then you can go to a site called Source to You and type in your batch of your essential oils, and you can see every single one of the tests that was performed on your batch of essential oils and all of the results. What other company in the world is that transparent? Don't we wish that every company in the world that we were consumers of their products did that same thing? Just told us how is this made? Where is this sourced? How has this been tested to make sure it's 100% therapeutic grade, certified, pure product? And that's what doTERRA essential oils are. And then on top of that, doTERRA also then does their own internal testing of the oils. Another fun fact about grapefruit is, oh, really quick disclaimer too. Can you use internally every single one of doTERRA's essential oils? No, you can't, because some plants are made to be ingested and some plants are not made to be ingested. So some plants are only made to be used externally or, topically, or just diffused. So, but on the bottle, it will tell you whether you can use doTERRA essential oils internally, because it will have something called the supplement facts on it. It's going to look like the facts that you see on the side of your cereal box, and it's going to say, yes, this is how you use it internally, and then it will also say on the bottle for internal use. So if you see something that says that doesn't have for internal use, don't use it internally, okay? Another fun fact about grapefruit is that in many parts, and I didn't know this before I was researching grapefruit, but in many parts of the world, they actually grind up grapefruit and other citrus, the parts that aren't used, like the waste product of grapefruit, lemon, lime, other things, they grind them up and then they use them as animal feed. And I've seen some studies on how it actually can boost milk supply in cows. If you find it fascinating, go on, Google it. I think you're going to love what you find on that. When we're talking, okay, we're going to dive into the physical properties now. When we're talking about grapefruit, the number one thing that I want you to remember is detox. Detox. It is so good for detoxing. To help us detox, we can diffuse it. We can rub it on the bottoms of our feet with like a carrier oil. We can put it in our water. Again, yes, we can use, oh, this is geranium. Caleb, will you please go get me my grapefruit? It's just right over there on the desk. I pulled geranium. That's the one I did yesterday. Anyway, but yes, you can use grapefruit essential oil as in your water. It has the supplement facts on it. It's going to say for internal use on your bottle. So you can put a couple of drops in your water. You can put it in a carrier oil and rub it on the reflexology points on the bottoms of your feet. It can help detox the lymphatic system, which relies on movement. So if we're not moving as much as we could be or should be, then our lymphatic system can get congested. But the grapefruit essential oil can help get that lymphatic system moving too. A great place to put grapefruit on if you're trying to detoxify your lymphatic system, or just on your lymph nodes. Now you can definitely Google this to see exactly where your lymph nodes are, but you have some under your kind of on your neck, you have some underneath your arms, you have some kind of where your leg meets your trunk, your legs meet your trunk, and then you have some on your stomach too. But go ahead, you can look that up, be a little bit more specific, or you can just put them on the bottoms of your feet, again, where those reflexology points are. Grapefruit essential oil helps to detox our kidneys, helps to nourish them into working well. It's great for cleaning. You can put 5 drops into a spray bottle. I would, just like the spray bottle you can get at your dollar store. I actually like using glass spray bottles better when I'm using essential oils, but you do what you like. And then just spray your counters in your kitchen, spray your bathroom down, wipe it down, spray the insides of your trash cans, right? Those can get so smelly. And it's great to spray that water with essential oils. It's great for that, to help calm down and get rid of the germs that cause those smells. Grapefruit essential oil is great to use for adrenal fatigue. It supports healthy weight loss and metabolism. It's great for those who are trying to cure alcoholic addictions. Grapefruit is a powerful cleanser of the gallbladder and liver, and so it can help with helping with people who have alcohol addictions, but it can also help with the headaches, the cravings, the sluggishness that can follow when we're trying to not use alcohol. Grapefruit essential oil can help with cravings, like those sugar cravings, craving foods that really aren't healthy for us. To help with that, we can put a drop into our water and sip on that, or just put a drop, one drop, underneath our tongue. And don't worry if two comes out, that's fine. Sometimes that happens. The doTERRA essential oils comes with a topper like this. When I'm using them in my water, I actually like the glass dropper bottles. I wish I had one here to show you. They're in my kitchen, but you it just makes sure that you can just get the exact amount of drops that you want into what your water or whatever else you're doing. So, grapefruit essential oil. Oh, one of the reasons why grapefruit essential oil is so good at helping to stop the sugar addictions is because one of the primary components of grapefruit oil is limonene. And limonene has been shown to balance our blood sugars and to reduce appetite. Grapefruit essential oil can boost our circulation and can reduce inflammation. It's great for areas of pain or discomfort. So you can put 1 to 2 drops in a carrier oil and massage it in. It is great to put a couple drops into a carrier oil and rub on your hands for achy hands, rub on sore muscles, rub on just wherever you have stiffness. And it's also good to help with some of the discomfort that can come from menstruation. Grapefruit essential oil can aid in our digestion. It increases blood to the digestive organs, including the bladder, the liver, the stomach, and the kidneys, which means, again, that it's a great essential oil to help those areas work better and to detoxify. Grapefruit essential oil is one of the most popular essential oils in aromatherapy. It can help increase our mental focus and give us a natural pick-me-up. When it's inhaled, its stimulating effects can also make it effective for reducing headaches, sleepiness, brain fog, mental fatigue, or even poor moods. Some people like using grapefruit essential oil for those times when they have profound sadness, when they just feel like that dark cloud is overhanging them. Citrus oils are renowned for uplifting our mood and bringing a ray of sunshine in. Citrus oils are beautifully stimulating to our immune system, boosting to our immune system. And it's they found that it can help calm our behavior as well. So, grapefruit essential oil is beautifully cleansing if we have oily skin or if we have a complexion that we're trying to clear up. You can add it to your facial wash. You can put out 2 to 3 drops on a cotton ball and just dab that wherever you're having problem issues. Now, the one thing you're going to have to remember is that grapefruit essential oil is a citrus oil, and every citrus oil except for green mandarin can increase our skin's photosensitivity, which means that if you put it on and you go out like to the beach or you're spending a lot of time in the sunshine, that you're going to have a greater tendency to burn. So my suggestion on this is only to use grapefruit essential oil on your skin where at night or where it's not going to show. People love using grapefruit essential oil in their hair products. It's great for degreasing your hair and to increase the shine. So you can put it in your shampoo, or better yet, you can put it in your conditioner just to help get all that shampoo residue out and to increase the shine on your hair. People love using it and putting on for cellulite. And do your own research on that. Hop on and see the research that supports using it that way. People who have gallstones love using grapefruit essential oil to help with that issue. Grapefruit essential oil is great for relieving headaches, but again, your most headaches ones, like peppermint, I would say what you're going to do is you're just going to like go like this and then just put it wherever it hurts. But for grapefruit essential oil, I would say don't do that. Don't put it where the sun is going to hit it. So if you have a headache, in the back of your head, definitely put it there. But don't put it like on your face and then just go out in the sunshine, because you're going to be more photosensitive and you might have a tendency to burn that way. Grapefruit essential oil is wonderful at helping to balance our hormones. It's great for helping to decrease smoking addictions. So for that, just put a couple drops in your water and sip on it after each meal. I thought this was a super interesting fact. We live now in Utah, but we used to live in Arkansas, where there were a whole lot of bugs that we never experienced here in Utah, but they also had a lot of ticks. We usually don't find ticks around our houses here, like when we're kind of more in the suburbs, but it was quite common in the suburbs there to find ticks. And so if you're in one of those southern states where there are a lot of ticks around, what you might consider looking at this study. It was done in 2011. It was by Flor Wheeler, and it's FLOR-WEILER. I'm guessing those are the last names of each of the people who were conducting the study. And what they found was that nootkatone, NOOTKATONE, that is found in grapefruit essential oil, was found to be toxic in 4 types of species of ticks. So if it was me and I had a property that was that I wanted to kind of clear from ticks, I could put some grapefruit essential oil into some water. And you know what, like how you sometimes just spray your lawn to get rid of weeds? I would just like spray my lawn with like grapefruit essential oil and water to help tell those ticks this is not a welcome place for them. And there's a lot of other essential oils that are beautiful for ticks. Do your own search, your due diligence on that, and see. But you can add that to your spray if what you're doing doesn't seem to be cutting it. Grapefruit essential oil, I love adding it to smoothies, to dressings, to sauces. It's going to bring a very, very bright flavor to any of those. I love adding it to sparkling water. So good. I love adding it to normal water. We just had grapefruit the other day, and I put a couple drops of grapefruit, lemon, and lime, and I think I put like tangerine essential oil into the grapefruit just to boost the flavor and give it a lighter taste. The grapefruit was like the grape juice was some homemade grape juice that we had canned years ago, and it was still beautifully delicious. All citrus oils boost immunity, and you can definitely add citrus oils to your bath, to your Epsom salts. I would start like with 2 or 3 drops of citrus oils in your bath. It's going to be a very uplifting but yet stress relieving bath at the end of the day. And again, I would only do that at the end of the day because it can boost your photosensitivity. Okay, here are some beautiful ways to use grapefruit essential oil emotionally. It's uplifting to the mind and the spirit. You can use it for performance stress or jet lag. It is hard to be negative or anxious when you're diffusing this oil because it promotes such feelings of joy, confidence, and spontaneity. It can help detox our minds. It can help relieve stress. Again, citrus oils like grapefruit are very uplifting to the mind, clarifying and soothing. So it can help bring us into more of a state of peace and relaxation. Grapefruit essential oil is beautiful to use for addressing emotional issues of self-worth and discontent with our bodies. So, some people tend to have a tendency to overeat emotionally, or just to eat emotionally when they're frustrated, when they're sad, when they're bored. Not that they want the food or need the food, but they just, it's satisfying to the emotions sometimes to eat. It's great for people who have anorexia or bulimia or other eating disorders. It's great to help curb our appetite for unhealthy things. It's great for those who have a tendency to self-harm when they're frustrated or sad or bored. It's great to give us strength and clarity through the tough times, so we're not reaching out to those other addictions or tendencies that can harm our bodies. It's great to help our bodies pay more attention to what we really need. Do we need to eat? Do we need to drink? Do we need to exercise? Do we need to compliment our bodies more? Do we need to just run to the bathroom a little bit more? Some people put that off and then have issues that way. Just honoring our bodies for how beautiful our bodies serve us. It's great for those who can be obsessive about the way they look, and they feel like they never look good enough, which is pretty easy to do in today's society, because so much of society is saying, putting a high premium on the way we look. You know, your lashes aren't long enough, your waist isn't thin enough, your face isn't beautiful enough, your muscles aren't big enough. And yes, we want to honor our bodies, but we are enough. We are enough. It's great for people who are trying to cut that negative self-talk in their body. So if you're trying to do something, if now is the time for you to step up what you're doing and how you're nurturing your body. Maybe you're going to eat better food, drink more water, exercise a little bit more, compliment your body. If now is the time to do that, here are some hints. Start seeing yourself first in your mind doing that. Create mentally and through imagery what you want to create physically. See yourself reaching for that water more, and then put the water more. Set your timer on your phone to go get water. Set your timer on your phone to get up from your desk at work and exercise. They say that what you calendar in and what you put reminders to, you will probably do. And then my last thing on body image, using Grapefruit Essential Oil for our body image is my last tip on that is each time you are washing your hands after you've gone to the bathroom, and usually you have a mirror in front of you in most homes or businesses, whatever. What I want us to do is I want us to look into our eyes in our mirror, and I want us to compliment ourselves in 3 different ways, and try to compliment ourselves in different on different things throughout the day. Compliment how great your feet work. You know, compliment how great your nose smells and how wonderful your hearing is, and the different ways your body looks. Your body is beautiful. Let's be our body's best friend. Let's nurture it. Let's compliment it. Okay. So different things that you can diffuse with Grapefruit Essential Oil. It's great to diffuse or put on for adrenal fatigue with basil. So we're going to be diffusing grapefruit and basil together, or putting that into a carrier oil and rubbing that on into our reflexology points on our feet where our adrenals are, or look up on the internet where your adrenals are on your body and rub that beautiful carrier oil with basil and grapefruit essential oil in, and see how that nourishes your adrenals. It's great to combine with cassia or cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is going to be the Superman oil. That's how I like to remember it. It's going to give us confidence. Cassia, I feel like, is cinnamon's sweeter little sister, but also a very confident oil. And so, if we're having problems with body confidence and letting ourselves be seen, there was a study that said that talked to men and women, saying, are there times where you haven't done something because you didn't feel pretty enough? Maybe it's that you don't go swimming with your family or your children anymore. Maybe you don't, go to the beach. Maybe you don't exercise or go to the gym because you don't feel like you look as healthy or as beautiful. Maybe, there are so many maybes, and an exhaustive list. But if you're not doing something because you don't feel pretty enough, you don't feel like you look good enough, let's stop that. Let's get back on to pursuing what we were put here on earth for. We were put here on earth to let our lights shine, to share our wisdom, to share our talents. And so cinnamon, combining grapefruit with cinnamon or cassia essential oil, can help give us the confidence that we need, whether that's putting it in the diffuser, whether that's putting it on like a diffuser necklace, diffuser bracelet, and smelling that throughout the day, or putting it on our feet. Now, cinnamon and cassia are hot oils, so I would definitely suggest putting it on the feet, where hot oils definitely I've never seen anyone who put it on their feet and then felt that it was too hot. So I would put that on my feet if I was trying to have a little bit more body confidence. It's great. Grapefruit essential oil is actually very good to combine with lavender and diffuse if you've had a hard day falling asleep. Well, if you've had a hard time, if you are having a hard time falling asleep because of some heavy emotions. Maybe it's just been a day and your mind can't shut down. Maybe you are struggling through some very heavy issues right now. And because grapefruit essential oil is so uplifting, combining it with lavender may help you get a beautiful, beautiful night's sleep. Now, some of the negative emotions that grapefruit essential oil can help with is having body shame, having an obsession with food or dieting or exercising, having eating issues, not nourishing your body enough because you just don't feel like you look good enough, and depriving your body of things, having a distorted body image, having a distorted self-image, and feeling the need to hide. And some of the positive properties that grapefruit can bring in is being more respectful to our body's physical needs, having greater body acceptance, nurturing our bodies in healthy ways, stopping the addictions, the ways we treat our body in unhealthy ways, and having a healthy relationship with food. Grapefruit essential oil is a beautiful oil to use. I'm so thankful that we have it in our diffuser blends. This week, we're diffusing 2 to 3 drops of Geranium Essential Oil and 2 to 3 drops of Grapefruit Essential Oil. Now, just reminding you that Geranium Essential Oil was the oil of love and trust, and Grapefruit Essential Oil is the oil of honoring our bodies. And I'm sure you understand a little bit more why they have grapefruit, at least today, has that title. The music therapy song for the entire week is Let It Go, performed by Idina Menzel, and you'll find it in doTERRA's Frozen movie. Again, I like the second one better than the first one. And the affirmation for today is, if something occurs to me, it may be good for me to listen, especially if it's something about being kind or something that can help us rise up. Rise up. Let's listen to it. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I am the only one thinking my thoughts. Again, we're going to try to listen to the thoughts that are being inspired, and we're going to try to just shut down completely the negative self-talk in our head. because we are in charge of our brain. No one else is. We are in charge of the thoughts that we think. And the second part of the affirmation is, I have the power to heal. I have the power with God to heal all past wounds. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that we have the incredible power with God to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.